Oh, good morning. Excuse my hair. Oh my goodness, I slept and it's all geeky wampus this morning. Oh, well, this morning we leave and we go back to the Sticks and Bricks. Um, so, getting ready to take off. But I wanted to pull a card. I'm Kari Lake. And that's you can't make this up. You can't. Not a surprise what I got. At the center about it, she's all about it's stolen, they're stealing it, it's a lie. You know, the timing, look at the timing. So that's the inspiration. That's what she's trying to put out. You know, already the game plan, if you can't win, then you call fake, you call fraud. Now she started calling fake and fraud early on, okay? And so let's see what else we have. Going into it, we have overturned. Now I never get overturned cards, but this is that denial, denial, denial. She's losing. Just like 45, losing, but they don't want to accept it, okay? They're grounded in the narcissistic delusion cycle of just deny, lie and deny, lie and deny. But underneath of it, they know. But what do? They try to overturn it and follow the 45 game plan, grounded in that of lie and deny. So it's that, going into it now, it's the dark money and working together, and we're so persecuted, and again, the father game plan of the Repugliuglies, that, it's rigged, etc. The challenges are going forward, trying to fly away, birth something new, lighting a fire, okay? So she's going to have to give it up. The clarification is when at worker, they're tied up when it comes to government, okay? So she is not going to win this, okay? This is a referendum on Trumpism, okay? People have had enough of this, of their angst and their anger and their vilification and their drama. They're just not having it anymore, okay? So, yeah, she's in lie and deny, and say that, of course, it's all, it's rigged, because we have her standing out here in her power and voicing her angst and her anger, you know, saying that it's rigged, it's hung up, okay? Biden, the democracy is cheating, okay? She's in her fantasy realm. She thinks that she's going to be out there and bully, slice, and dice and be able to, magically overturn, manipulate with the buying and selling, but it's not going to happen. New energy is coming in for going forward. When it comes to these merchant ones that want to try to give fishtails, I got another overturn. Their strength is overturned. They're going south, okay? And so moving forward, we have judgment happening. We've got looking deeper into these holdings that these people have had, and that the way they have charged forward and abused truth, okay? Their inability to take in reality, okay? So people are coming out fighting against 45 and his ilk, okay? We are in the struggle of wanting to bring balance now, and they're going to have to face their losses. Okay? We want to have healing and put this saga to an end. Okay? So, there you have it. What's going on with this according to the tarot? But yeah, she's not happy. You know, she started playing the Poor Me saga in the beginning, trying to amp up the MAGA base to say, see there, if I lose, it's rigged. If I lose, it's rigged. Well, that playbook is not, that's not running anymore, that playbook, with most Americans. The only one that it's going to work with is those that are so far down the rabbit hole that they see no light at all anymore, anywhere. Okay? It might play for them, but for the rest of us, yeah, no. Okay? Take it down the road. So, we'll have to watch the rest of it. Now, let's pull cards and see what's happening with the house. It looks like we may lose some of the seats of the house. Can still pull it out, but it's really, really difficult. So let me shuffle these cards and we'll take a look at the house. How does the house, what's going to happen with the house? Okay, what's going to happen with the house? Okay, let me get the other one shuffled here too. What's going to happen with the house? Now, of course, we really hope that the Democrats can pull it out, but it's really, really tight at this point. So we may lose some seats in the House, but it's nowhere near the big red wave that they thought it was going to be. I said it's like red algae, which you don't want to go in any water where red algae is because it's got flesh-eating bacteria. And that's the way I see this MAGA movement of the, uber right, flesh-eating bacteria. Okay, red algae. Okay, so in the center of it we have this, now we know that Biden wants to work together with the House, bring people together, healing, wants to move things over to be able to, birth beneficial things for the government. So, maybe even if, so this is, the reading is about this. It's about wanting to heal, I'll get that word out, wanting to heal and move things forward in the House. Okay, going into it, wanting to get to calmer waters, smoother waters. So maybe we'll get some people in the House, hopefully, that will look deeper, okay? Looking at the dark things, okay? The vulnerabilities and wanting to move forward, okay? We've got democracy. We've got Biden. We've got the Democrats. Okay. Some good luck. Potential good luck. Short-term good luck. And the mystery. So maybe things won't be as bad, as they were touting when it comes to the red algae that's trying to seep into the house. Maybe some of those coming in will actually be willing to work with Biden and get beyond and maybe move some of the Republican agenda back to conservative rather than this radicalized uber right craziness. So let's go forward. The challenge is looking deeper, okay? These investigations that are happening, maybe some soul searching going on. Goodness. Eating away at some of that. So we'll have to look. Now, the challenge is a bit difficult. There are those that are going to be holdouts, of course, trying to eat away at stuff that's coming in. So let's see our cards of clarification, see what we have here. New energy going forward. Okay. Moving the energy forward. Healing some of this. And having to dig deep. So it's not going to be easy, but they're going to try to heal it. Some things are a bit bound, tied up when it comes to really having the things we want, and it's going to have to take work, okay? So let's see what's underneath of it all when it comes to the house. A bit embattled, okay? Feeling embattled when it comes to moving forward. What's the next step? Having to take a strong stance when it comes to working together. And because of the Trumpism, okay? Now, maybe people are willing to work together because they are, feeling the pain of the Trumpism, okay? So they're wanting to hold on to some things and then be able to have a celebration coming together, reevaluating the insanity that's happened, the things that have been hung up, the losses, the pain of it all, the dark money, the steal that happened, okay? The Pandora's box that is causing this, the tower moment, and being out in the cold when it comes to the path forward, and the illusions and things that were proffered, that were being offered up. Maybe they're really willing to start distancing themselves from it and putting an end to that cycle. Again, painful end when it comes to the buying and selling and manipulations through the Repugly Ugly Party. So maybe, we may have a few of obstructionists there, but maybe the Republican Party and those in the House are going to see that they need to begin to change the look of the Republican Party, that it's time for Trumpism to go, for these uber extremists to take a back seat. Let's hope that's what this reading is saying. Maybe we will lose some seats in the House, but it won't be as bad as it was looking that it could be, okay? Now, there, of course, are going to be some obstructionists there. But as far as this uber-right MAGA mentality, it may be on its way out when it comes to more workings of the house. So let's hope that I've read that right, and that it's not, even if the red algae takes over some of the house, okay, that it's not going to be as detrimental as what it appeared that it could have been, because this ideation of anarchists, okay, burn everything up, that's been the hallmark of the Trumpian saga. The people he had advising him, like Bannon, he's an anarchist. I want to see everything blown up, torn up. We had, Miller, the Jewish white supremacist Nazi. Again, every time I see Steve Miller, I see his former life absolutely as an SS officer that had the scar here, and I didn't know this. I looked it up and saw that was a badge of courage with them, to have this kind of scar, that they went through this kind of elite academy where they would fight with swords, and if they got cut, it was, some sort of a badge of, But, he hasn't learned his lesson. Last life, he's a Nazi and SS officer. This time they made him Jewish, and he still is in that old mindset. Has not left it. So, yeah, the Jewish Nazi there. So anyway, it looks like a referendum on Trumpism. The uber right is finding out that their way of strength, which is to vilify and be angry and hatred, and, it goes for a while. You can play into people's fears and angst and, rile them up, but it doesn't work for long term, okay? It's kind of, that energy is blowing itself out. So we'll have to see what happens with the house, but it's, according to this reading, it's looking better than what we thought it could have been, if the red algae totally took over and got all the seats that they thought they were going to get. Now again, we have the Repugly Ugly Party that is in this fight within themselves between the uber-right extremists, that want to have that are putting Putin on the pedestal. They're still putting Putin on the pedestal. The uber-right, and I think part of this was they said that not one more penny for Ukraine, okay, the uber-right. And people have just said, okay, enough is enough of this hatred and vilification, and then say, try to roll up the fears, and we want the Second Amendment. Well, nobody's trying to take away people's guns. They're just trying to get rid of AK-47s, weapons of war, okay, out of the hands of these crazies. That's a far cry from wanting to take everyone's guns, okay? There is no reason to have weapons of war in this society, okay? Keep your rifles, keep your handguns. Okay, yes, you have a right to protect your home. You have a right for that. Those things are quite fine. But an AK-47, a weapon of war, is something else. Okay? So when the founding fathers were saying, remember at that time they had muskets. You know how long it takes to load a musket? If they had AK-47s back then, I guarantee they wouldn't have written it the way it is. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to leave that here for now. It's chilly willy here this morning in the 30s. And, yeah, I'm getting ready to pull up stakes and head back to the Sticks and Bricks for a little while. And, yeah. So, anyway, on that note, I'm going to leave this here. Yeah, I need to get back and wash my hair and trim it again because, oh my God, it's looking funky this morning. You know how when you lay on your hair, I mean, if you got real short hair and you lay on it wrong, you've got cowlicks of craziness. That's what I got going this morning. So, on that note, I'm going to leave this here and we'll see you online.